Assalamualaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. My name is Agustina Maharani. My student number is 18, 20, 20, 50, and 35. Okay, today I will tell you about my first chapter of research proposal. For the title of my research is The Effect of Using Communicative Language Game in Learning English to Increase Student Speaking Ability at MA Kodratullah Putri Grade 10A Science. For the first chapter is talking about introduction. This chapter is talking about introduction that consists of background, research problems, research objectives, and the significance of study. Okay, let's talk about background. Nowadays, teaching and learning English in Indonesia has been starting from a kindergarten, junior, high, until the level of institution. The purpose of teaching and learning English is to improve the knowledge and ability of the students to apply the English language to communicate in their routine activities or their social environment. With understanding English, students are expected to be able to communicate in social life, although they use the medium of English. In English, there are 4 skills such as reading, listening, and speaking and writing. While, according to Mutia 2011, reading and listening are respective skills, while speaking and writing are productive skills on Paras 3. So, in teaching speaking, the student must have big contribution to do these activities. Sometimes, the students usually worries with their speaking skills in social interaction, like they cannot produce their ideas, produce their feelings, solving an argument, and how to make a response. This is happening because they have low practice, low motivation, less of communicative competence, and lack of self-confidence. The teacher also difficult to increase student speaking ability because to learning speaking skills are not enough if only giving a motivation. For the ways in teaching which will be implemented must be something that makes students interested in English communication. It can be a game as solutions. According to Wright et al., finds game is an activity which helps the learners play and interact with others, as cited in Sari 2018. Therefore, games can put a lot of energy and enthusiasm into communication with students in order so they can feel joyful and enjoyable in their studies. The hypothesis from the researchers, games require the student to actively participate in classroom activities through speaking and writing, to express their interests or express their own opinions or provide information. More importantly, students' confidence will automatically from due to the following reasons. Its concept is to establish a habit of interaction. Based on the researchers' experience as an English learner at Kodratullah Islamic Boarding School, the researcher found the problems such as lack of self-confidence to express their idea, lack of vocabulary, difficult to pronounce the word, and difficulties to use grammar in a context. And also, the researcher conducts the previous study that related to the study that from first Ratna Sari Dewi, Umi Kalsum, and Ari Armadi with their research entitled Using Communicative Games in Improving Student Speaking Skills. The purpose of this study to know these communicative games impact on teaching speaking and to describe how communicative games influence students' speaking skill at junior high school in Jakarta, Indonesia. The instrument of this study, the researcher used interview, observation, questionnaires, and tests. And the second is Ensa Puspitasari with her research entitled The Use of Games as a Strategy to Teach English to Young Learners. The purpose of this study is to make sure that the use of game is beneficial for teachers and students, and the instrument of the study used interviewing. So that's why communicative games will enable students to participate in a real communication, and the completion of their communication tasks is important than the accuracy of their language. Therefore, it can have a positive impact on students' learning, motivation, and enthusiasm in classroom activities. Okay, let's move on to a research problem. Based on the research background, there are several problems that can be identified include: first, what is the effectiveness of using communicative games on learning English speaking to increase student speaking ability of the student grade 10A Science of MA Kodratullah Putri. The second is how the communicative games enhance the enthusiasm and motivation of the students grade 10A Science of MA Kodratullah Putri. So next on the objective of this research. Based on research problems, the objective from the study include: first, to find out the effectiveness of using communicative games on learning English speaking to increase student speaking ability of the students grade 10A Science of MA Kodratullah Putri. And the second is to find out how the communicative games enhance the enthusiasm and motivation of the students grade 10A Science of MA Kodratullah Putri. And the last is the significance of the study. It's like the benefits of the study. The benefits of the study is carried out for students, for researchers, and for the readers. For students, the study is to be able to implement communicative games to increase their speaking practice, and also the study to overcome the students' views about feeling nervous in speaking. Communicative games are focused on all the components of communicative competence. For the researchers, firstly, to gain a good understanding in speaking skill and also improve the teaching skills and provide out how to overcome the difficulties faced by students in learning English speaking. And at the end of this study, the researchers can also use this material, information, and experience to prepare the future teaching and learning design. And the last is for the readers. The study will be used as a reference and information sources that can be developed for their English speaking materials to increase student speaking ability. And the researchers hope that the study can motivate the readers to be better in making teaching and learning design and gain the new innovation. Okay, that's all about the explanation from chapter 1. See you on the next meeting. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.